Hi everyone, I hope you guys are okay. This is Nikki E and welcome to another episode where today I'm going to be talking a bit about the Aries full moon, which is happening on the 1st of April 2022. Now, I have done a full podcast episode on this Aries season, March and April, and I do talk about the full moon more in depth, a bit more. Well, there's 3 moons that are happening in April. We have the Aries New Moon, the Libra full moon, and the Taurus New Moon solar eclipse, partial solar eclipse, which is happening on the 30th of April. And yeah, I talk a bit more in depth, and I pull out some cards for it as well. So you can check that out with the link below. I'll put the link below for you guys. So head over to there to check it out. But with this Aries full moon, this is like the full moon of the astrological year for all of us. This moon has conversations with the wounded healer Chiron, and also with Mercury, which is in Aries as well. Now, this is going to be obviously a pretty much a powerful time, because with Chiron being involved, it's an asteroid and it shows where our wounds need to be healed. And because Aries rules like the self and the physical body, we're going to be obviously looking at what, and also because Mercury is involved as well, we're going to be looking at what needs to come into our life, what needs to leave our life, but also what needs to be healed. There is going to be some stuff that comes up, and some of this stuff can be very emotional. It could be very fiery as well, because remember, this is Aries. And yes, some of the things that we want to move away from during this time, it can be done very quickly, because this is all about moving towards ahead, moving towards the future, not looking at the past. But because Chiron's involved, it's going to be bringing up issues from the past, and it's whether it is in your chart, it could be your relationships, your friendships, business or personal. It could be your physical body, it could be your mental health, and all of these are going to be impacting this new moon. I said full moon, but yeah, this new moon in Aries. And in order for us to move ahead, we have to confront a lot of what's going on, a lot that we are holding, a lot that we are unwilling to move away from. With Mercury the conversation sneaking in as well. Mercury is a planet of communication, and this is going to be how we communicate, what our mind thought is, and how we're acting and what we're saying. So during this time, we can find some of you guys could be very vocal in what you need, what you want, what you have to say, what you want to move away from. This could also rev up in our minds what we're thinking as well. And Mercury rules, obviously it rules communication, but it also does rule writing, learning, our small environment, like a community, brothers and our siblings as well. And also it does rule friends. It does feel very much like a powerful time, but also does feel very much a emotional time as well. Whenever we're healing, and whenever we're healing and thinking, it's gonna dredge up a lot. Okay, and it's only whenever anything comes up, especially from the past, it's only for us to really analyze it, like psychoanalyze it, make us think why we do what we do, why we think the way we do, and what we can do about it. This is going to be a time where a lot of us are going to be thinking of really moving to a new sphere in our lives. If anything does come up during this new moon, it's like I said, it's only for us to really work on, So because Aries rules the physical body, there's going to be, if there may be some stuff that comes up within the physical body, because Mars rules the muscles. So if there's anything to do with like your muscle, anything to do with like your physical, this will definitely be coming up as well. But also how we go about the way we communicate, how we go about the way that we move forward. And if there is anything that definitely needs to be worked on, like if you're being selfish, if you're just thinking about yourself, because this new moon is about the self anyway, but there's a side to this as well. There's a side that is very selfish, or it's very, working for the self to better the self. So there's two different ways of looking at this as well. So, I do feel that things are going to move very fast during this this new moon in Aries, especially when we want to get a lot of things done, especially when we want to, instead of like holding on to anything that, like, like especially in terms of like how we're communicating. If there's something to say, now's the time to say. If there's something to do, now's the time to do it. With these planet energies happening with this new moon, also is not just procrastinating, it's moving forward. This energy momentum is all about moving forward. So, analyze it, take it in, something that needs to be done, then move forward. Think of what needs to be done as well. And there was another thing I was going to say as well, that when it comes to how we emote and say, it could actually feel a bit like a wild one, but we'll see. We just moved into Aries, and yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. But don't be surprised if you start hearing or seeing things on social media, how people feel, what they say. It actually does feel very like combative energy, and Aries is of the soldier, and we could also feel a bit like a wounded soldier in the beginning, but we're going to definitely rise from the ashes during this time. So that's a little bit about the energies of the Aries new moon. As you can see, guys, we are working with the card, the Emperor card, which is, we're going to be working with the Emperor for the whole of this Aries season. He or she is going to be helping us to look at how we view authority within people, but also within ourselves, but also how we're going to be creating a solid foundation. This card, I've said many times, is a card of the Emperor. So, this is also a card of starting action, initiating new action. But obviously there's a shadow side to this as well, where we can just be quite reckless, just go for what we want without even thinking, and then we're going to have to go back to the drawing board. So this card is, like I said, is about foundations as well. So whatever we're going to be creating during this new moon is going to be about a solid foundation, but also moving and creating something new. So I'm going to be talking about the signs, obviously starting off with Aries, but I'll be talking about the signs, and I'll also be pulling out moon cards because we are in the new moon season. So yes, let's do the signs. So we start off with Aries because you are the star of the show. Now, all what I've spoken about Aries, all of the above, please listen to, because it's going to be, you're the star of the show, and everything that was said is going to definitely apply to you. So it's in your first house, okay? And you have Chiron there, you got Mercury there. So you're on fire. You're up, ready to go, bam, 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 bam. But there is some stuff that's going to be coming up during this time, Aries, and it may make you slow down a bit. Not slow down physically, but may make you slow down in a way that you have to think about, think before you act, think before you, everything. It's about thinking, but also listening to your body, listening to that inner voice. But there is also, I feel that I'm picking up like a bit of a spiritual aspect to this for a lot of you Aries. And you're probably thinking, why? I just pick up a bit of spiritual because even though Chiron is the wounded healer, there's a spiritual element to seeing where wounds need to be healed. And the card that you have is the Hangman with the Oracle, the New Moon Oracle, a time to take action. And it's a New Moon in Aries card. So the Hangman definitely, you know, it's a Neptune card. It's a card that you're going to be having to listen to the inner being, also listen to what's going on. During this time, Aries, there are elements and themes that you're going to be bringing in, and you're also going to be bringing out. And some of these things may be on a whim. Some of these things may be as having to take a while to do, because you're going to be purging during this new moon. And the Hangman, whenever we see the Hangman, it can cause some delusionment, it can cause martyrdom, it can also cause you to be extremely sensitive. It's also making you be still in the moment. And you also got the, you know, that this new moon in Aries take action card is that when you're healed and when you're cleansed and when you thought about where you want to go, how you want to pursue anything forward, that's when it's time to take action. So this time to take action card is obviously your guide, especially because we're in the spring equinox, which is in your sign. So you're being guided to take action, but thinking, because with Mercury being in your sign, this is going to make you feel, some of you, this can actually make some of you be very brash, very harsh, even in how you think and what you feel. I wouldn't be surprised if you hear a lot of Aries being at the forefront of everything that is going on, especially on social media. It could be celebrities, it could be your friends or family. There's going to be more of an openness with you guys, which is not hard because you're naturally open. But, you know, it's about speaking your truth. And one of the reasons why a lot of speaking of truth can definitely come up now, Aries, is because you have a lot, there's a lot that you want to emote. There's a lot that you want to say. So if there's anything that needs to be said, it's going to be said. It's going to be done now. You're all about, during this new moon, nipping shit in the bud. Okay? So with the Hangman and the new moon in Aries card, you know, it does feel like a spiritual time to be listening, but then taking action. Taking action, what you need, what you don't need, and also saying what you mean and moving on. Okay? Taurus. This is in your 12th house. So Taurus, this is a time that you're going to be more quiet. This is a time that there's going to be, the 12th house is about releasing. And you also got Chiron there as well. So during this new moon in Aries time, especially the spring equinox being there as well, this is releasing behind the scenes. This is a time of purging. This is a time of doing self-care. This is also a time that this is a brand new beginning to be doing any emotional spring cleaning. What you don't need, there can be thoughts from the past coming up for a lot of you Taurians, and there's going to be like a massive purging going on for a lot of you Tauruses. For some of you Tauruses, there can also be, again, a spiritual aspect where you're going to be, some of you could be taking up meditation, yoga, you know, doing like a spiritual practice, because once we cleanse, we also need to ground. So the cards that you have is the Page of Pentacles with the full moon in Pisces card. And we're going to have a full moon in Pisces in 6 months' time. And this card is saying about balance spirituality with practicality. Now with the Ace of Pentacles actually is a really nice card for you, Taurus, because, you know, this is an earth card, you know, your earth. This is going to actually be grounding you. This is like a brand new beginning. There can also be themes that come up, Taurus, that you guys are going to be obviously doing behind the scenes. But, you know, your dreams are going to be very poetic, they're going to be very big right now, Taurus. And this, I also feel that there can be some, you guys dreaming up what you want to do before the sun goes into your sign. So there can be some creative stuff that really comes up now. And obviously it may be, you know, this is the time of being creative in the early stages. That's all well and good. But, you know, obviously, you know, the North Node's in your sign. So this is about the money on the mind, mind on the money. So there's a lot of things that are going to be in the early stages. You're not ready to be, it's not a time to be bringing anything out into the open. But, you know, your dreams are going to be giving you stories. It could be like a story of beginning, middle, and end, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And there's early things that are coming up as well. Even when I talk about the early stages, yes, on one hand, it is you building up, doing some creative stuff behind the scenes, but also there's early things that will be coming up for you to be working with, and they can be coming up gradually. So when it says balance spirituality with practicality, there's a spiritual side, because the 12th house can make you feel extremely over emotional. But then where the practical side is, you know, understanding your emotions during this time. Because, you know, you could want to be, some of you could really want to be alone. You don't want to be around too many people, too many places. It's like a cocoon. But it's also a time of, you know, breeding came up. There's a time of breeding, but not showing. It's just like birthing something behind, like new, that's coming up as well. So it's a secretive time, Taurus. A time of being secretive, a time of not really being out there now, a time of resting, a time of healing. And lots of healing is going to be coming up. A lot of wounds could be coming up as well. This is also great to be, you know, join like a secret group, a group that does, you know, like some type of meditation that could really help you. With Aries ruling your 12th house and Mars, it's like, and also with Mercury being there as well, your dreams can get quite, some of it can get quite violent. You could have like some violent flashbacks as well. So meditation will really help you to be grounded. Okay. Gemini, this is in your 11th house. This is a great house for you. And also, you know, you're ruled by Mercury. So the energies I'm picking up for you, Gemini, during this new moon in Aries is, you know, because you're ruled by Mercury, you're going to be like, a lot of you, I feel, going to be very happy. And it's, again, go, go, go. But then the 11th house is to do with like friends and goals. It's to do with humanitarianism, it's organizations, it's also gains. So a time of initiating new action when it comes to being around certain groups and associations, being around new people, communicating with new people as well. They could be young or they could be old, but you're all about learning as well. So it feels like a very much an exciting time for a lot of you Geminis. And, you know, like I said, because you're ruled by Mercury, you know, your aim for this new moon, especially for the spring equinox, is to gain as much and get as much, but without being selfish about it as well. And, you know, I feel during this time, especially with Chiron being in your 11th, there can be some issues that come up to do with, you know, friends. And they could be friends from the past. They could be, you know, you could meet, some of you could see old friends from your past coming. And, you know, you start talking, you go for a drink, you start talking, and there's old things, old wounds start to come up. Or some of you, when you're by yourself, you could actually see that there were certain people in your life that don't need to be in your life, or there was people that, you know, it does feel, I'm getting the feeling that there is going to be some people coming back into your life just to heal, and also for you to heal as well. So this is actually great to be as honest as you can, and, you know, communicate your truth, because the card you got is a Knight of Swords with the new romantic cycle begins. So the Knight of Swords, the new romantic cycle begins. So you're charging forth, you're charging, it's like a brand new fresh energy for a lot of you Geminis to really, you know, dare to go there. Some of this stuff can actually be emotional. Even if some of you have, you know, some of you may have been in a relationship with someone in your, you know, your organization or your group, or you may meet someone and they remind you of someone from the past, or, you know, you might see an ex as well who was in your friendship group. And when it says like a new romantic cycle begins, if you're seeking love, yes, this can actually happen. This can happen in a group. Okay, and it's a new moon in Libra card, and Libra rules your ninth house. So, you know, this could be someone that is completely different from you. But yes, you're going to, you know, this is a time where, you know, there's no like messing around. There's a time of being just very honest, straight, blunt. And, you know, anything that needs to be sorted out, let's just get this sorted out now. You know, you're all about, like Aries, you're all about moving forward. You don't want to procrastinate or anything. You just want to just continue to move forward. So it feels very quick pace for a lot of you Geminis. But even when it comes to like romance with this new moon in Libra card, this is a brand new time. But it's also a brand new time about loving yourself, Gemini. Because this is about balance as well. So it's about balancing friends, balancing your love life as well, balancing things that you actually love to do. Okay, so a very, very fast time for a lot of you Geminis. Cancer, this is in your 10th house. The time of being is the brand new beginning for a lot of you Cancers, of setting goals and dreams and putting your mind to what you want in your career. With the wounded healer in the 10th house as well, this is going to be bringing up themes of, if you've missed like an opportunity, you know, when you're at work, are you being, because this is going to bring up sides of, are you happy in your career? Are you being treated well? Are you getting paid well? Are you enjoying yourself? Are you happy? Are you sad? Are you, you know, if you're a manager or a CEO, there could be a change that's coming. Or, you know, if you are put in a way of positioning yourself as, I'm the boss, listen to me, then it's about thinking about why you have to project that way, even if you don't really feel that you're naturally like that. So there might be a softer side that comes out for a lot of you Cancers, but still, this is a brand new beginning, you know, because there could be some business contracts that could be signed now. I feel a lot of you Cancers are going to be changing your career during this new moon. This is a brand new time to be, if you're looking to change, it's a brand new time to be changing. Some of you may not really want to be working in those big corporate fields anymore. You might want to do like part-time, even if it is less hours. If you have a family as well, you're supporting the family, you may decide that you want to spend more time with the family and less time on your career. Or some of you may decide you want to work for yourself. So even working part-time, it will actually help support the creativity or the little side hustle that you want to do. And the card you have is the Queen of Swords. And you've got the full moon in Scorpio card. It's time to release any negativity. So the Queen of Swords is guiding you to really think straight. A lot of you are going to probably be embodying the Queen of Swords anyway. It's like getting serious now. Like, what do I want in my career? What do I want for my life? What is stopping me? You know, yes, I may feel, you know, because Chiron being there, I may feel that, you know, I'm not earning enough. I'm not getting enough. but what do I actually love to do? And sometimes even if we do half our hours, Cancer, you're still getting some money. But what you love is going to be most important. This is about your career, your social standing. Okay, so it's time to get very honest, very serious, and really lead that charge as well. And when it says time to release negativity I feel is more to do with like you're feeling you're not good enough, feeling that you're not worthy enough. If you are, some of you are deciding to work for someone, asking about how much you're worth as well. Insecurity, when it says this is a full moon in Scorpio card, and Scorpio rules your 5th house. So this is about, creativity as well. So there might be some insecurities about creativity, like, am I, is this going to work? Am I putting enough time into it? And if not, if you're really passionate about it, Cancer, it's time to sort of make time. So if you're working and you find that you can't do it in the evening, maybe on the weekend. Okay, so there's many ways a lot of you can find time to be doing something passionate that you love and like. But you are going to be releasing negativity as well, and insecurity. With the 10th house being in your, Mercury being in your 10th house as well, this is about, you are thinking of your future. Your future is actually looking really bright, more so than ever. And deep down, I feel you guys know it, but I feel there might be some worry that comes up. Just worrying about like your career and your job. But things are getting better, Cancer. Hello, Leo. So Leo, this full new moon in Aries is in your 9th house. This is a time of new beginnings when it comes to studying, and if it's due to the law, foreign travel, people and places that are far away, and publishing as well. Some of you may decide to even go to that realm or route. If you are writers, this is actually really great. If you want to start writing, this is also very great as well. I feel for a lot of you Leos, it's just like, you know what, I'm just going to really go for it. I've got nothing to lose. And, but with Chiron being there can be some issues that come up with, things that are not fair for a lot of you. There may have been like a mentor that wasn't fair with you. There may have been like people from different cultures. There may have been some like drama with them that could also come up. But also, this is a time of healing any wounds to do with all things 9th house. And, the 9th house is also to do with race as well. Racism as well. So, some of you could actually decide that some of you could actually decide to go into politics and decide to like study law and work it, you really want to work with like marginalized people because you yourself have experienced some type of prejudice in some way. So you want to heal yourself in that way. But also this is to do with like a mentor. But this is also to do with like how your mindset is, your belief system. Your belief system is going to really change now, Leos, and for the better as well. The card you have is the 7 of Swords with you got the 7 of Swords with the conclusions are within reach, full moon eclipse. It's a very powerful time, Leos, but it's about honesty. Okay, this is very much about honesty. This is a time where some of you, I feel some of you, are, there's a time of being alone with your thoughts, but also a time of any little niggles. If there's a side to you that you've always brought out that has not been the best, it's time to really sort of like reconcile that now. If your belief systems have been really, a bit iffy, being very stubborn, very rigid in any way, not wanting to, see any other point of view, it's all about you. The whole ego thing that comes up. This is now going to be nipped in the bud. And a lot of you may get in a rude awakening as well. Or you may be surrounding yourself with people who get a rude awakening, but obviously this is to do with you. But, you know, your mindset and your whole life and your whole, you know, your beliefs are really going to be challenged now in a way, but they're also going to be cleansed. Because I feel a lot of you are going to be learning a lot during this new moon in Aries. It's going to be this huge realization or brand new beginning of, okay, I used to always be like this, but now I want to really change. I don't want to be around this type of person, and, you know, I want to like do a new course, and I want to be around this, because there might be some people during this time, Leos, who are like saying certain beliefs that you don't like. And it's time for you to ask yourself why you're around these types of people as well. So you also got conclusions are within reach, the full moon eclipse. So there's a purging happening. Conclusions means endings. There's a lot of endings that's going to be coming. Even if some of you have wanted to go to a certain route, you guys may feel it's not actually working now. You may want to like go your own way, go a different way, or just really start again. The full moon eclipse card is a powerful card for a lot of you Leos. So things can move swiftly and new things can come swiftly as well. Okay. Virgo, this is in your 8th house, the house of transformation, rebirth, death, rebirth, but also trauma as well. There could be some trauma coming up. You know, they say traditionally that the Chiron is ruled by Virgo. Yeah, they say that Chiron is ruled by Virgo traditionally. I've got to do more research on that. But, you know, this is a slow down time. Definitely a slow down time. This is a brand new beginning to be sorting out any like taxes and, you know, paying off any debts and loans. In a relationship as well, working on your joint finances, cleaning any, you know, these debts can also be generational debts as well. Brand new beginning, a sharp new beginning as well. There might be a stark realization for a lot of you Virgos, because things are changing. You know, you're going through a massive change, and more so this month as well, because we've got this Jupiter-Neptune conjunction in your 7th house. So relationships are playing a huge part for a lot of you. But brand new beginning, you know, you're all about sorting stuff out anyway. So this is the time to be doing that. The healer, the wounded healer can bring up issues or trauma from anything that was traumatic for you. Mentally, physically, emotionally, all of this. This is great to be honest and seeking out therapy, guided meditation, doing occult work. I feel a lot of you really want to be understanding yourself during this new moon in Aries. And this could obviously be done alone, but it could be done with someone who's a stranger, because I feel some of you may not want to be confiding in people that you are close to. This feels very much like a secretive side to a lot of you Virgos. I also feel there's very much of a sexual side that's coming up as well. Like you're discovering like a new side to yourself. You really want to express yourself. And you know, you're ruled by Mercury anyway. So your mind is going to be very, yes, it feels a bit like a dark energy, but it also feels like a deep, intense sexual energy that's going on. There's going to be more exploration of understanding why your mind works the way it does, or even your partner. You know, if there's any drama with your partner, or if there's misunderstandings, or you just want to understand your partner in any way, there could be more of a psychic element, like, you know, instead of, you know, you'll be seeing beyond the perfection, basically. And this could bring a whole new self-awareness. And the card you have, the Magician card. And this is a Gemini card, you know, Mercury card. And this is a brand new beginning of your mindset. This card is all about, you know, the tools that you have. You know, if you work with it well, you can make miracles. So I do feel that a lot of you Virgos are going to be creating miracles because you are daring to be transformed. You're daring to go to that dark side. You're daring to be letting go of this darkness and having this light. You're daring to really delve into that trauma that you're holding on to. You know, because some of you, if you are doing any, you know, occult work, or if you're doing any meditation or even psychological work, you know, because in general Virgos are perfectionists, but some of you may even try to really understand why you want certain things the way it is, and it could be from a parent, or you know. So this card is showing is a brand new beginning of, you know, manifestations for you. Some of you may even want to really cleanse now, so this is actually a great time for you to guys to be writing down, manifesting what you would really like to, that you're daring yourself to do. You also got the don't let your past hold you back. South Node, powerful card, Gemini, Virgo, very powerful card. During the 8th house, the past can definitely, any house with the 4th, the 8th, the 12th, the past actually comes up, and all the earth signs are really going for it. So when it says don't let the past hold you back, Virgos, if you're feeling very stifled or stilted in any way, and you feel like you're not being like your best, it's because maybe the past is holding you back. Your mindset might be very old school at the moment as well, and it's like, okay, I really want to move forward, but I can't because I might get in trouble because. So this is the time to really work on the mind. And this is a South Node card. The South Node is like it's a card that this is what we're moving away from, and the North Node is what we're moving towards. So the South Node's in Scorpio anyway, which is in your 3rd house. So your mindset is trying to move away from controlling people, controlling your thoughts, controlling situations. So, you know, it's a time of purging. All the signs are a time of purging, but it's going to be a very powerful time for a lot of you Virgos. Okay. Hello Libra. So this new moon with the conjunctions are happening in your 7th house. So you and Aries are going to be like, you know, you're going to be the star of the show with Aries because Aries does oppose you. Now the 7th house is to do with like your, you know, personal relationships and your business relationships. So this is going to be shining and put a spotlight because you're ruled by the 7th house naturally. So I feel a lot of you are going to actually be feeling that you're coming into your own. There's going to be lots of like conversations to do with, you know, balance, business contracts, because Mercury is a business sign. So there's going to be lots of conversations concerning that, but also conversations concerning your relationship, where where it's going. This is a brand new beginning as well. So if there hasn't been as much communication, like proper communication, then now is the time to be doing that. Also, this is a great time for a lot of you to be looking at like your physical self, your body, looking at your work, your, you know, your home life. This is a great time to be signing contracts as well. This is a great time to be meeting up with friends. As also, you know, great time to be associating with like new groups of people, things to do like your neighborhood as well. If, you know, with Chiron being involved, there can be some wounds that need to be healed concerning your relationship. So if some of you are single and, you know, if there's like this thing of not wanting to commit, you just want to have like a lot of freedom, you just want to date and see who's who, this might be a time where a lot of you might be doing some deep psychological work, because relationships from the past can actually come up now. And this is the time to really heal that. If there's like a huge reluctance to commit in any way, it's not just relationships, but committing in business, you know, committing in contracts, committing in, you know, just having that sense of commitment in any shape or form. you know, this is a time that you're going to be looking at it more deeper now and seeing where, you know, you're running away from it, basically. Okay, so the first card that you have is you have the Four of Pentacles, and you also have the waxing crescent moon is have faith in your dreams. So there's two sides I see to this with a lot of you, some of you Librans. On one side, you're wanting, some of you are wanting to hold on to this old ideal of how relationships should be, or how business should be, or how, you know, business in general, how it should be. On the other hand, is holding on to, you know, holding on too tightly to a relationship that may have run its course. Or another thing, holding on too tightly to your old ways of thinking when it comes to a, you know, not wanting to commit as well. And, you know, this is the time things are going to be sort of like purged out now, Libra. So, you know, this card is actually saying it's really up to you. You know, whether if what you're really clinging on to, it's really outdated. So it's definitely up to you to see that. And once you do that, then, you know, things are going to start moving more swiftly. You're going to become a bit more balanced. So some of you could feel quite unbalanced now. And also there is I feel that there's a stubborn energy that's going on. Stubborn energy, not wanting to move forward, wanting things to stay the same, you know, wanting, especially in terms of like your work and your career, you wanted it to stay the same. So there's questions to be asked during this new moon. And when it says have faith in your dreams, this have faith in your dreams is, you know, if you're dreaming of something more beautiful, have faith in it. If things are not working out and you're trying your best to, you know, work things out in any shape or form during this full moon, especially to concern your 7th house, have faith in it. It's not about doubting yourself. It's about, you know, trying to be positive, because there can be a bit of a pessimistic side that comes up during this new moon, but it's a brand new beginning, Libra. Okay. Hello, Scorpio. So this new moon is in your 6th house of health, work routines, your work life as well. Also the mental health. And yes, these are the themes that are coming up during this new moon. This is a brand new time for a lot of you Scorpios. I was going to say Aries, but it's a brand new time for a lot of you Scorpios to do that spring clean that you've always wanted to do, or you've been making strides to do. This is a brand new time to be, you know, sorting out any paperwork, paying off any bills, really cleaning the house, but also making your mind a bit more less stressed, cleaning out, you know, the food cupboard. This is a great time to be working on, you know, I feel that some of you actually may even want to, you know, really look at what you're eating, because it could be making a lot of you feel quite stressed, because, you know, what you eat, it does affect the mind. So some of you may be looking at what you're eating. This is a great time to be doing a new workout regime. Some of you may be starting it very quickly, and, you know, just be mindful, because, you know, you're traditionally ruled by Mars, and, you know, Mars rules the muscles. So you don't want to overexert yourself. So, you know, it's about taking things a bit slow. The 6th house is ruled by Virgo. So, you know, there's some deep analyzation that can be going on. Okay, I'm just going to see this, I'm going to see that, just before, you know, you venture into it. But this is a great time to be, you know, like a mind, body and soul connection that's going on for a lot of you. So the first card you have is the Four of Wands with the gibbous moon, which is you're very close to achieving your goals. So whatever you put your mind to, Scorpio, it's going to work. You know, whatever you put your mind to, you know, I feel a lot of you are going to have a lot of like strong power. And I feel that whenever Aries, because, you know, you're traditionally ruled by Mars, whenever Aries, full moon, new moon, whenever that's been activated, you feel it the most, more than anyone, because Scorpio and Aries are very similar. And with the Four of Wands, this is about a celebration. This is about celebrating, you know, you've achieved your goals. You've put the work in, and now you can see, like, you know, the all what you've put your work in, you're now seeing like tangible results. So like I said, because this is such a great time to be overhauling your physical and mental self and your work life, you are going to be seeing a lot of results between now and next year. There can be a controlling element to this. Some of you could get quite anal and try to control the outcome, you know, doing too much, because, you know, you're going to have more or less like a burst of energy that's going to be coming. So, you know, try, you know, it's about, you know, listening to your body, knowing when to go hard or, you know, relax, overhauling things as well. And, you know, if there's any help that you need, don't be afraid to ask. You know, Scorpio is a very stubborn sign, and some of you can feel at this time that you can do it all yourself. So if you need help, by all means, you know what to do, Scorpio. Ask for help. Trust may be an issue during this time as well, so ask someone that you actually trust. Especially if you got any of you like are in business, if you work for yourself, there might be a lot of paperwork. You know, it might be paperwork in terms of, I don't know, debts, or, you know, like just paperwork. That's what my mind's going to. I can see piles of paperwork. So there's a big determination that is going on. But this Four of Wands is saying, you know, you're going to have the drive and energy to complete it all. And, you know, once you set the tone, but also once you organize yourself, things will just go really well. And this is about creating like a solid foundation for the long run. So whatever you're doing, it's about being mindful that it's not just for now, it's for, you know, the long run. And with this card, you're very close to achieving your goals. Your goals will definitely be achieved. It's just about careful planning, Scorpio. You know, you got the South Node, which is in your house. So this is going to give you that more of that oomph, but also helping you to release. So whatever you're going to be doing now, Scorpio, a lot can be really achieved now. Sagittarius. So Saggies, this is in a fun house for you. This is in your 5th house. I feel a lot of you are thinking, thank God. The Pisces energy, as much as I love Pisces, it was a lot. Because it was in your 4th house. The 4th house is the house of emotions, okay? The past. So now you can have a bit of fun now, okay? A lot of fun happening for a lot of you. This is about, you know, fun in, not necessarily relationships, but like having fun in dating. It's about physical fitness as well. This is a fire house. This is like your sister or brother house, Leo. So you're going to be on fire. This is with children as well. So these themes could definitely come up. Excuse me. But also, it's about creativity. This is a great time to reignite this creative spirit that you have. Reignite this sort of like this childlike energy that some of you guys may have buried. Okay, so really go for it now, Sagittarius. And, you know, try not to burn yourself out, because, you know, you can get to, yeah, try not to burn yourself out, because, you know, things can get just a little bit crazy. But, you know, it's a fun time. It's a time that, you know, you can sort of like get your like ducks in a row and, yes, let's just do this. I want to do this. I want to do this now. Because only for a month until it moves into your 6th house. So, yeah, but I do feel a lot of you are going to be meeting up with friends, or, you know, some of you are single, time to be dating and just having fun. If you've got kids as well, this, especially if the weather's nice, lovely time to be going out with your kids and playing football and, you know, just having fun with them. And they can also inspire you too. The first card you got is the Knight of Cups. And this card is, you know, I feel there's going to be lots of communication that's going to be coming to a lot of you. If some of you are single, there can be a lot of admirers that are going to be around you. And obviously, you know, everything's moved online. So this is a time where people are going to be admiring you very highly now. And there can be, you know, declarations of love. Okay. Some people, they're probably watching you for a while, Saggies, and it's like, you know what, I really like you, I'm just too shy to ask. Or even you yourself could be actually going, you know, just thinking outside the box and just asking that person out. But also having fun. This is also great to be connecting yourself emotionally to something you've always wanted to create as well. And also connecting with, if you've got children, connecting with children. Some of you may be working with children as well. This is a time to be having, you know, a little bit of, you know, a fire. You know, the fire's actually burning now. So the Knight of Cups is bringing you good news. Also, good news can actually come as well. You know, if you want to align yourself with people who are in the same wavelength as you, this can definitely happen. You also got your commitment is being tested. So with your commitment being tested, Sagittarius, it's like whatever you love, the joy that you feel is going to be tested. Because when you're having so much fun, you can just get very easily distracted, especially if you're dating here, there, and everywhere, or you're having, you know, just having fun. You know, during this time as well, there may be some contracts that need to be signed because of the fact that, you know, Mercury is involved as well. So if whatever, just be, you know, look at what you're signing, because you may be not bound and gagged, but you may be, you know, have to put a lot of work into it, you know, because Chiron's involved. This is going to bring up some issues to do with like past relationships somehow. There could be something to do with your kids as well. This is a time of healing. If you know, if you were hurt in the past in a relationship, or, you know, anything that's concerning kids as well, children, and, you know, any like type of creativity, this is all going to be coming up. But you're going to be communicating so big that, you know, you may not feel this being activated, but it really is going to be activated, because there may be someone you meet, or something your children say, or something a young person says, and it can just dredge up things from the past. Some of you actually may even see like an ex as well, and this can just really bring back some memories. But this is only just for you to heal. And I feel a lot of you Sagittarians may be very much in the thrones of, you know, okay, that happened, let's just move on. But this is also a great time to be actually communicating, especially if someone else was hurt as well, not just yourself. So when it says your commitment is being tested, there can be some tests that come up for you, just for you to pay attention. Capricorn, this new moon is in your fourth house, a house that is ruled by your sister or brother sign Cancer. So it's an emotional time. You know, things are going to be going back to the past. This is a time where some of you may be retreating. You know, with Chiron being there as well, there can be a lot of thoughts definitely coming back from the past. This is to do with healing any old wounds or traumas that you have within your family, within your home. This is to do with your roots as well. Some of you may be having conversations with your mum, and, you know, there could be secrets that could be shared during this time. This is a time of great communication. This is a time to communicate your thoughts. This is a time to communicate how you're feeling. Okay, this is the time to be bringing out the wounds and the thoughts and the feelings and the stresses and strains. Some of you may even be guided to go back to your old childhood. There could be childhood memories that come up. But also this is a time where, you know, you'll be guided to, you know, like start afresh, but also clean out things that are troubling you. So when I speak about your childhood, this is a brand new beginning to reassess and be open to if there's anything that happened in your childhood, Capricorns. And I feel a lot of you will be much more, you know, there might be a little plodding, but I feel a lot of you will be guided to really be open and be truthful. because this is a time of healing, this is a time of cleansing. It's also a time of great communication. So this is a brand new beginning for you, even though it's very emotional. The first card that you have is a Knight of Pentacles. So my mind is actually going towards home for a lot of you. Some of you could be actually, with Pentacles is about money anyway. So there could be like money coming towards some of you in some way, but it's to do with like heritage. You know, there could be things that are going to be signed, but it's definitely, I feel, a lot of like heritage. Maybe it's obviously the fourth house, and also Mercury being the business sign, being the business planet that it is. So yes, I feel that there's going to be some like old papers that come up. Some of you are going to be discovering things, and you know, even when you're going back to like your past, there's, you know, some of you could be, how can I put this? There could be a sense that, you know, you're going to be visiting like a family home that is, you know, probably got a lot of money. Do you know what I mean? And you're going to be gaining a lot more knowledge and a lot more information about not just about your family, but also about yourself. It feels like a time of like deep analyzation and psychological work, but it is to do with understanding yourself, understanding your family, understanding, yeah, just understanding your family in some way. And the fourth house is also to do with real estate as well. So this is a brand new time where some of you may even want to invest in real estate of a childhood home or a childhood area as well. So even though there are things that are going to be coming up, there's also going to be some gains that a lot of you are going to be making. And you also have work through your fears, new moon in Scorpio. And Scorpio rules your 11th house. So there's going to be, like I said, there could be some traumas and fears that come up. So it's about you working through it, not being afraid, not pushing it down, not, oh, let's just do it tomorrow. This is about doing it now. This is a brand new time to be doing it now. And you're going to find after this, Capricorns, that you're going to have a brand new fresh perspective on yourself, on your past, on your family's past as well, on your roots as well. I am picking up a lot of secrets coming out now, but it's not like secrets like it's bad. It's just like people are sharing things. So it's like, you know, people are taking off that cloak and just sharing their real emotional thoughts, and even you yourself sharing it at this time. Then we have Aquarius. Aquarius. This is in your third house, house of communication. A lot of you Aquarians are, you know, this is a time where a lot of you may be getting together with friends. The third house is the Gemini Mercury house. So during this time, especially with Chiron being involved with the you know, the wounded healer, this is a great time to be sorting out any drama or arguments, or even, again, some of you could also be visiting an old neighborhood that you used to live in, or being guided to go back. I feel some of you may even see like old neighbors. If you're thinking of moving anywhere, Aquarius, it's a great time to be, you know, looking at your neighborhood, research your neighborhood, getting to know your neighbors. You're all about community anyway, so this is a great time to be doing that. Also great to be communicating more with like siblings, not just friends, because the third house is to do with friends, but great time to be communicating with siblings and friends, iron out any old issues. Again, I do feel there might be some secrets that come up. And, you know, I'm also feeling during this time that there can be some, I feel that a lot of your thoughts, remember the third house is about communication, but I feel a lot of your thoughts could be going back to friends. It could be going back to your siblings. It could be going back to your neighborhood. It could also be going back to, you know, how you're communicating, your mind thoughts, because your mind could be really buzzing now. And with Mercury being there, things can speed up really quickly. It also feels like for you Aquarius that whatever you say actually happens. This is a great manifesting time. So the first card you have is the Two of Wands. So I see a lot of you thinking a lot. There's a lot of like thoughts and actions. I feel a lot of you are definitely thinking of your future a lot. There does feel very much like a stillness. I feel a lot of you are, this card is also saying, you know, thinking, a lot of like thinking before you speak, because there's a lot going on in your mind, but also you are also being guided to continue on the path that you're going. Because with Saturn being there, and you've got a lot of planets in Aquarius as well, like Venus and, you know, Mars, you are, you know, your future, you know, some of you may be a bit like, is my future set or is it not set? No, it is set. You just have to bring that mind body connection going on, because your mind at this time could be really be playing tricks on you. So the other card that you have is not work for your fears, sorry. You also have look at the bigger picture. So these two cards actually really work well together, because if your mind is going on your, you know, your mindset and your thoughts and your future and your goals and your dreams as well, it's a full moon in Sagittarius card, and you and Sagittarius get on very well anyway. So look at the bigger picture. If there's any drama or strife that comes up, look at the bigger picture. Look at it from different sides. Because you're fixed, you can probably just see one side. It's about looking at another side as well. There could be a lot of changes that come up as well, Sagittarius, within your work life. You know, your goal set. There can be a lot of changes that happen. So pick the one that works out best for you. Okay, but I do see a lot of crazy action going on, like fast action. It's like once you make your mind up about something, you're just going to go for it. And when we go for it, there may be not a lot of time to think. So there is a time of stopping, looking, thinking, also thinking about what you're signing as well, because this is the third house, which is ruled by Mercury. So if you're anything you're signing, is, you know, just think about it, because it could make you, you know, there might be a bit of an element of freedom that you want. And when whatever you sign in, it might not be, you might not have that as much freedom as you want. And also to say what you think as well. This is a time to be saying what you think and mean what you say, Aquarius, without going back. But yeah, regardless, it's a very, you know, these two cards, the Two of Wands and the look at the bigger picture, is very good cards for you during this time, because it's a very busy time for a lot of you Aquarians. And last but not least, we have Pisces. So Pisces, this is in your second house. So this is a time of initiating new action when it comes to your money, resources. This is about your self-worth. This is about your eating habits as well. This is about your creativity. This is a Venus house. This is a Taurus house. So you are, you know, a lot of you Pisces are just all about the money this month, especially this new moon. You're all about your earnings. You're all about, you know, looking for a job, or, you know, the job that you have. With Mercury and Chiron being involved, so this is about your self-worth. So this is a great time to be asking for that pay rise, asking for what you're worth, even if it's a couple of pounds, asking. You know, I'm Pisces too, so I get it. So, you know, you don't want to, it's like you don't want to hurt anyone, but there's, you're probably only just hurting yourself. So even if you ask, it's better than not asking, you know, because you just never know. You've got Jupiter in your sign. Jupiter's about growth, and it's about money and wealth. So, and also with Mercury being there as well, Pisces, this is about time. This is about to open the mouth and know, because the second house is a Taurus house. Taurus is about money. So this is I feel this time is going to be giving you a lot of confidence, because Aries is the second house to you, and you know, you and Aries and you and Aquarius, very similar energies. You get on very well. It semi-sextiles you. So Aries is giving you that confidence to that, just say what you want, say what you're thinking as well. And also, if there's any habits that need to be changed, you can have a really great start to this. And also, this is also great for a lot of you to be doing some creative project as well, or restarting a creative project. With Chiron being there for a lot of you, Pisces, for a lot of you, for Pisces in general, the wounded healer is asking you, you know, how you're feeling about money, how you're feeling about your creativity, how you're feeling about what you're consuming, whether you know what you're eating, what you're drinking as well. There could be thoughts that come up from like childhood as well. I'm picking up childhood for a lot of people about, you know, if you find that you're just eating because you're stressed, or if you're not doing anything, or if you're just, you know, you want to create but you're not creating, you procrastinating, you're not asking for your self-worth, you're not saving money as well. It's about asking, you know, look back on who has who have you looked towards, like with a mum or a dad, you know. But I do feel this is definitely about confidence. This is about confidence building when it comes to like your money and how you're viewing money, how you are, how you're treating money, and also how you treat yourself. So the first card you got is the Sun card, a lovely card. This is the Leo card, and this is a time. This is a card of vitality, energy. This is a card of confidence. This is a card of children as well. So children can play a big part for a lot of you as well. My mind's going to Venus because, you know, Taurus as well. Taurus is a very fertile sign. And also this is a very creative card as well. So, you know, you're creating from the womb out onto the paper. So there could be some elements of children being involved. If you've got children, some of you could be thinking about children as well. Some of you could be working with children. But you're going to be a lot of vitality and energy. Some of you may be acting like the Aries, like very buoyant and very, you know, no, this is what I want. If I don't get it, I'm going to go somewhere else, you know. And there might be a sensitive side that comes to this as well, because you think, I don't want to hurt anyone. Like I said again, only hurting yourself. It's you know, there's no harm in asking, Pisces. Second card you have is don't let pride get in the way. It's a full moon in Leo card. So don't let pride get in the way. Pride also, because the second house can also make you have a big ego. Like when you get what you want, you just like, oh, you see, I'm the best. And not saying you're like that, Pisces, but it can bring this sort of overconfidence that happens. It can be over showing off, because you have Leo cards, and Leo actually rules your sixth house. So this is about you getting back to basics when it comes to your, you know, the sixth house rules your body. Okay, it rules your work ethic as well. So once you got what you get, Pisces, if you decide, you know, if the confidence is there, it's time to get back to work. It's time to, you know, not veer off to, you know, unhealthy habits or unhealthy thinking, unhealthy ways. It's time to let that light shine. So a lot of energy on your money situation, Pisces. And yeah, let's see how it goes. So guys, that was the Aries full new moon for all the signs. Feel free to let me know how this full moon has gone down for you guys. It'll be very interesting. Also, look at my podcast, like watch my podcast, and I give you, because I've put up a podcast clip of the Aries energy, and I do talk about the full moon, the new moon, and the solar eclipse, which is in Taurus. And I sort of like pick out the good things that are happening in this Aries season. So check that out. The link will be below, and the clip as well. So like I said, let me know how it is, how it's gone for you this new moon. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because that can just give me more emphasis to, you know, put out new videos for you guys. And I've also got more information with donations and, you know, just to help with my creativity and to put out more videos for you guys. And also, guys, feel free to let me know what you'd like me to talk about as well. As you guys know, I do a lot of tarot with my, you know, with my readings. I do astrology, but I do mostly tarot. So, you know, feel free to let me know what you'd like me to, like, if you want to talk about any planets or, you know, moons. And I'll pull out some tarot cards as well. So thank you very much, guys, for listening. Have a lovely evening.